Zelenskyy fires recruitment officials for accepting $10,000 bribes to help Ukrainian men dodge the draft. Bribery during war is treason.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has fired all of his nation's army recruitment directors after an investigation revealed widespread corruption. In actions the Ukrainian president labeled treason, the recruitment chiefs in charge of onboarding new soldiers who had been drafted instead accepted bribes to help men avoid conscription and escape the war-torn country, Zelenskyy said in a statement. Some took cash, some took cryptocurrency, that's the only difference. The cynicism is the same everywhere, Zelenskyy said. Criminal proceedings are ongoing against 33 officials of Ukraine's territorial recruitment centers. This system should be run by people who know exactly what war is and why cynicism and bribery during war is treason, Zelenskyy said. Insider previously reported the Ukrainian army is facing a dire need for more manpower to support its long-awaited counteroffensive following heavy casualties sustained during the ongoing Battle of Bakhmut, where both Russia and Ukraine continue to rack up devastating losses. While Ukraine does not disclose the number of casualties it has sustained, Insider previously reported that General Mark A. Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, estimated in February that Ukraine had lost more than 100,000 soldiers since the war began last year.
This post received a score of 47,000, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
TLDR, all of Ukraine's recruitment chiefs were fired after an investigation revealed widespread corruption. Officials who recruited troops accepted bribes up to $10,000 to help people dodge the draft. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy called the actions treason and has initiated criminal proceedings.
I'm going to assume it was a systemic problem. It's probably not the only position it's happening in.
The unsatisfying conclusion here is that in the last 1.5 year of war only poor people were drafted.
Same story as every country who has ever had a draft. People with money are generally the biggest draft dodgers.
But ma bone spurs.
I can't get drafted, Arthur, I got lumbago.
So all of them were corrupt? That's a lot of corrupt people. Probably not all of them, but enough of them that it was clearly a systematic problem, so he changed the system and got rid of the post altogether.
He didn't get rid of the post. There will be replacements, but it will be people that have served at the front.
That's a smart move, Imo.
I think so too. I don't see how someone who served at the front does something like this.
Greater than I don't see how someone who served at the front does something like this. People are still people, even if they're traumatized by war.
I could see them willing to let people avoid what they went through, but I think they'll have reasons better than give me money.
Given the state in which Ukraine is, there might be up to 10,000 such reasons to do so.
And the case is really borderline anyway. There's some physical or mental ailment. You've seen worse versions deferred, but this case is mild. It's his dad and he is begging you, please, don't take my son.
The vast majority of people here would pay $10,000 to avoid a draft, and I don't blame them. Even if not yourself, I'm willing to bet you would pay anything to keep your children out of the draft.
I don't blame them either, but the problem is that the rich are the ones who can afford to pay the bribe while the poor get fucked.
The system trademark is working as intended.
Ukraine had a massive corruption problem before the war. People willing to compromise for money, giving up military intelligence, strategic info, personal info, etc. has been a huge problem. It's been one of the biggest weaknesses that Russia has been able to exploit.
Greater than Ukraine had a massive corruption problem before the war. Ukraine still has a massive corruption problem. When it's built-in system and something that has been learned over time, it's really hard to change.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.